Okay, it's February 8th, 2019. It's Friday. Thought I'd show some of the trades from today. Pretty challenging day here on NQ. Right at the open, we got a little bit of a momentum move up. I took this little scalp here. Didn't get as much as I wanted to. Price pulled back a little, went into the break of that high there, and caught another little one. So nice little two little pops there. Thought we were going to get another little push up, but to be honest, there's barriers here. Price was already up pretty high. Not a good entry. I can't say that was a good trade, and took about a 20 tick hit there. Tried one more long, got out at break even, didn't like. Then we got our first real reversal momentum move down, little impulse wave. I was looking for an area to possibly do a second wave down. You can see I kind of fibbed out this little move. We had already passed the 38%. I'm looking for a fail in one of these little swing areas. And I took that. Wasn't quite ready to come down yet. Was patient with it. You can see very bouncy. Those little white lines here are price alerts. That way I don't have to look too carefully at price movement. It can psych you out when it's doing all this. So I kind of don't watch it that closely, watch it more over here. And when I hear one of these things being hit, then I look and decide what type of action I'm going to take. And that was a nice little pop there. Re-entered because I felt we had a little more room before we touched that low. And again, these trades are a little bit nerve-wracking, and didn't like it too much. Now this was a pretty lousy trade. We had already hit this bottom. We're in kind of a battle zone now where you can get a lot of buying and selling, and it's really too low a price, really not a high probability setup, and I took a full 30 tick loss on that, which was stupid. Okay, price after that started really moving up with some real strength, and let it pull back to this little area here. And this is something that another thing that you can get really trapped a lot of times. A lot of people come in, they try to get that second little push up, and you can see it started to work. It looked like it was going to work, and then it slams you down. So by now I went from a pretty nice little good start to being down $200. So pretty much almost instantaneously re-entered because I know this pattern. This is what I call the failed second wave swing break. Here's your swing, comes up, lots of order flow in here, lots of people probably and I know that if this fails and we break through this swing, you can move down pretty hard because you're reversing all that order flow that was just long, and you can see a very strong move and just goes right to my 30 tick target very quickly. So now we're in that type of price action that I do fairly well with. When things are moving down, we get a nice little move up. We have a little A formation, and I'm looking for that second little push. And another little winner. Okay, price pulls back. We have what I call an M formation. What we're looking for is to get the break of this lower swing, and that's kind of a trigger entry. And I have my little price alert there because I just, you know, that sound is when I'm going to hit the trigger when it breaks through there. And that one comes down. You can see the strength really happening, that vertical little pop. But we're very low, and there's some support down here, so I got out of that pretty quick. And you can see what happens almost right after I get out. We start moving up. So I didn't take some of these early pushes up because I just didn't trust it. It was just too counter trend. We're getting close to this that I saw on the 2-minute chart. Now here's one I totally missed. This would have been a nice little pullback, push up. I just, and it moved very quickly, so that's one I kind of wish I had grabbed. Okay, so I went in for the little pullback, the second push up again, but halfway through this trade, as it was pausing here, I started saying, what if this is another one of those fake outs and we're going to slam down? So I got a little antsy, and I was up pretty good, and I didn't want to give back everything. So when it started doing that, I just got out, but it would have worked. So here's one that would have been a winner that I got out of because I didn't want to see another fake out and have it reverse on me. By now I was seeing that we were probably going to keep moving up. At least I felt strongly, you never know. And I did take an entry here as this little area was being taken out, and that was a nice little scalp. Could have held on for more because price kept going. Okay, by now it was obvious to me that we were in a very strong surge. There was a little room after you clear this. So here's an area that I normally would never take, but when I see extreme momentum, then I will take entries sometimes, even if we have some little price barriers in the way. But normally, unless I see extreme volatility, order flow, I would never take that entry. However, I did there, and that one worked out. So I decided to call it a day there. I felt that it worked out pretty good. In the old days, you know, I used to be very, very upset, and I've said this before in some videos, when I'd be up comfortably on the day and I'd keep going and I'd give it back, and it would just be maddening to like be down when I was up. And now it's just, you know, I'm going to take all great setups generally in that first hour and a half or so of the open. And if I'm up and then I lose it all back, I don't get too worried because I have a pretty good hit rate if I'll just wait for good moves. And usually with NQ you get a lot of opportunities, more than just about any other instrument I've traded, as far as those little pushes that you can go in and grab 20, 30 ticks. You know, it's just lots of opportunity, and it's a matter of timing and understanding the price action of this instrument. Okay, that's it.